There comes a moment, not in the calendar, not on the clock, but in your soul, when you realize, this is it. This is the line. This is the hour when the old story ends and the new legacy begins. You're not here to exist. You're not here to fit in. You're here to rise. You were built for more than comfort. You were built for conquest. But first, you must burn the excuses. Excuses are lies wrapped in logic. They are the chains that bind potential to mediocrity. They whisper, you can't, while your spirit screams, watch me. You think Lincoln had a roadmap? He was born in a log cabin, buried a child, lost 8 elections. And still he rose. You think Edison had certainty? He failed over 10,000 times. And still he lit the world. You think Carnegie inherited greatness? He was a poor immigrant boy working in a factory. And still he built an empire. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't ask if it was the right time. They didn't negotiate with excuses, they lit the match. They burned the past. And they built the future, so the question isn't, do you have what it takes? The question is, are you finally done waiting? Mindset, the most dangerous prison is the one you don't know you're in. It's not made of bars. It's made of beliefs. The average mind is programmed to protect, not to perform. It will cling to comfort, routine, the known, because that feels safe. But safety is a slow death. If you want to build an empire, you must first declare war on the average. You have to become unreasonable. Unreasonable in your belief. Unreasonable in your standards. Unreasonable in your hunger. Tony Robbins said it best, the quality of your life is the quality of your standards. Raise them, or stay the same. The lion does not ask the gazelle for permission to hunt. The storm does not apologize for its power. And you? You were not born to beg. You were born to break through. Belief is not a feeling. Belief is a decision. A decision to stake your life on the truth you haven't seen yet. Everything that ever changed the world started with belief. When Ford said, "I'll build a car for the masses," people laughed. He believed. When Disney said, "I'll build a kingdom from imagination," banks refused. He believed. When Elon Musk said, "I'll put a man on Mars," the world mocked. He believes. You don't need the world to believe in you. You need you to believe without negotiation. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Because doubt makes you stop before you start. Burn the excuses that say you're not ready. You were born ready. Clarity, vision. You can't build an empire with a blurred blueprint. Clarity is power. Most people drift through life like ships without a compass. Tossed by the opinions of others, lost in the noise, distracted by the meaningless. But the builders of empires? They see with surgical precision. They know who they are. They know what they want. And they know why they want it. Vision is the seed of destiny. Write it. Speak it. Obsess over it. See it so clearly in your mind that the world has no choice but to catch up. The Wright brothers didn't wait for a guarantee. They had a vision. And they chased it through wind, failure, and ridicule until it flew. What do you see? Not with your eyes. With your will. If you can't see it, you can't seize it. Purpose is not found. It's forged, it's born in the fire of frustration and the furnace of pain. Purpose is the fuel that makes struggle sacred. When your why is strong enough, the how reveals itself. You stop making excuses, and you start making history. Look at every giant who ever lived. Their greatness was not in what they did, but in why they did it. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't march for headlines. He marched for a cause. Mother Teresa didn't serve for applause. She served for humanity. Your purpose must be bigger than you. It must scare you, stretch you, awaken you, because only then does life move from survival to significance. Discipline, motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. If you want to rise, stop negotiating with your feelings. Feelings are fleeting. Discipline is divine. champions do it whether they feel like it or not. Because they've decided who they are. You don't get in shape by going to the gym when it's convenient. You don't build wealth by investing only when you feel inspired, you build by showing up. Over and over. Without applause. Without fanfare. Without needing a pat on the back, discipline is the bridge between desire and destiny. Cross it daily. Massive action is the cure for fear. Not reading. Not thinking. Doing. You want to destroy doubt? Move. You want to kill fear? Move. You want to change your life? Move. Too many people are drowning in preparation. Drowning in perfection. Drowning in procrastination dressed up as planning. Burn the excuses. Do the thing. Build the thing. Break the mold. Carnegie didn't have a business plan. He had hunger. Jobs didn't have a manual. He had obsession. The path reveals itself after you take the first step. So leap. Gratitude. Gratitude is the foundation of abundance. You cannot build a mighty empire with a bitter heart. Gratitude turns pressure into power. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. When you are truly grateful, you attract more to be grateful for. Not because of magic, but because your mind tunes into opportunity. Even in the storm, there is something sacred. Even in the darkness, the seed is growing. Be grateful for the struggle. It's shaping you. Be grateful for the critics. They're refining you. Be grateful for the journey. It's awakening you. Gratitude doesn't mean you settle. It means you see. Adaptability. Your empire will not rise in a straight line. The storm will come. The plan will fail. The terrain will shift, but the builder evolves. The builder adapts. Your ability to pivot is your power. Netflix killed Blockbuster not because it had more money, but because it had more vision. Amazon crushed Borders not because of luck, but because it was willing to evolve. You must love the mission more than the method. You must be willing to kill your darlings and reinvent. Because the future belongs to the flexible. Resilience. Pain is not your enemy. Quitting is. The world won't hand you the throne. It will test you. It will break you. It will ask, do you really want this? And in that moment, when the crowd goes quiet, and the lights go dark, you will answer with your endurance. Fall 7 times. Rise 8. Cry if you must. Bleed if you must. But don't you dare stay down. Your empire is not built in comfort. It is built in chaos. It is built in the days when everything says no, and you say yes anyway. Learning. If you stop learning, you stop leading. Your empire can only grow as far as you do. You are either expanding or decaying. There is no neutral. Read. Study. Ask. Seek. Get around giants. Feed your mind like your life depends on it. Because it does. Carnegie read a book a week. Oprah was mentored by Maya Angelou. Even the masters were students. Ego says, I know. Excellence says, teach me. You want to build a legacy? Become a relentless learner. Climactic conclusion. This is not a rehearsal. This is your life. This is your shot. You will never get this moment again. Burn the excuses. Torch them until there's no turning back. Burn the story that says, I'm too late. Burn the identity that says, I'm not enough. Burn the fear that says, what if I fail? And from those ashes, build the empire, brick by brick. Action by action. Day by day, build it for your name. Build it for your bloodline. Build it for the dream that won't let you sleep. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them laugh, because soon, they'll watch. Then they'll wonder. And finally, they'll whisper, I always knew, but you'll know the truth. You didn't wait. You didn't hope. You didn't beg, you decided. You acted. You burned the excuses. And you built the empire.